In this edition, we're going to tear down and test a Blitzwolf BR4. This is a Bluetooth 5.0 transmitter and receiver. Let's check this one out. This is a Bluetooth wireless transmitter and receiver. It's a 2-in-1 device. It has a built-in battery, and it works on version 5.0 for Bluetooth, transmit and receive. Let's open this thing up and take a look at what's in the box. So we have our destruction manual, and we've got the unit itself, and some connecting cables. Let's take a look at the input and output ports on this unit, and then we'll go over the operation and try it out. Okay, the only thing I could really fault Blitzwolf with is having the smallest print on manuals that I have ever seen. I think they could give us a little bit bigger manual, a little easier to read. But anyway, the unit can function in transmit and receive. And what that means is that this unit here can function as a Bluetooth transmitter to transmit to, say, some wireless headphones. Excuse the rough shape of these ones, but I've had them for years, and the ear pads are falling apart, but they still work. It can also function as a receiver, so you can use this to stream from your phone to your stereo system, for example. And it can connect to two devices at the same time. So if you have headphones that are capable of what they call multi-point connection, you can actually connect two different headsets to the single transmitter at the same time. That's perfect for if you're using this for television sound, for example, to transmit to wireless Bluetooth headsets. Two people can enjoy the same sound and adjust their volume independently. Connection-wise, it features an auxiliary input as well as the RCA inputs on the front. And it also features on the rear, it features both SPDIF in and out. So it's got one port for SPDIF in, one port for SPDIF out. What that's useful for is connecting it to your high definition television, for example. You would connect the fiber optic cable, Toslink cable, to your television, and the other end of it you would plug into the input on here. And then the unit will, any signal it receives from the TV will be transmitted to your Bluetooth headphones. That's in transmit mode, and that mode is selected by selecting the little switch on the back, transmit or receive. In receive, then this unit is obviously going to receive a signal from a cell phone, and it's going to send it out. The SPDIF output on the back is only active if there's nothing plugged in to either the auxiliary or the RCA plugs. Once you plug an analog cord into it, it shuts the SPDIF out. So it's one or the other, but not both at the same time. First, we're going to connect this. I'm going to connect it as a transmitter. So I'm going to switch the switch to TX. I'm running this off of the built-in battery, but you can power it up, and you power it up and charge it the same way with a USB plug, which it comes with the connecting cable. I'm not going to need that for this demonstration because the battery is charged. So when I want to pair this to my headphones that are falling apart, what I do is I select transmit mode, and then I'm going to double press the multifunction button. I have to turn it on first of all, so I press the button and hold it, and that'll turn on the unit. So the power button is your multifunction button. So I've set the switch to transmit, which it is, and I press the switch for 2 seconds, and now it's turned on. And it's flashing blue because it is trying to pair with my headphones. So then I'm going to turn on my headphones, and they are going to go into pairing mode, if I can remember how to do that with these. There we go. Okay. And then I tap the switch twice, and it should pair. And I believe it is now paired. Yes, it has. The light is turned green. So now we know that it is paired as a transmitter. So let me plug some source into here, and we'll see how they sound on the headphones. Okay, as you can hear, I've got the audio plugs plugged into the auxiliary input. Here's the sound coming through my headphones. I will say that the sound is actually quite good. Yeah, the sound is, there's no problem with the sound. The sound is actually quite good on these things. I forget how to wear these headphones. They're kind of an odd design. They kind of go over your head kind of backwards. It's kind of, I don't know what's with these silly headphones. I'm not a big time headphone user, but these did the job. Yeah, it works. Let's check the other input out. Let's check the 3.5 input. I think it's got two inputs on here, auxiliary and the this way you can plug it into like a phone or any source that has a 3.5, or as you can hear, using the adapter. So you can plug it in either through RCA or through an auxiliary input, and you can also plug in a SPDIF input. I'm not going to test that input, but I can assure you that it's going to work because it's got to work. Do the same thing. So that's how you set this unit up as a transmitter. So the next thing we'll do is we'll set this thing up as a receiver so that we can send music from my phone out to an external source. So how we do that is we power it off, hold down the button, turn it off. Also, when it's in transmit mode, it will not auto power down. If you're in receive mode and you don't receive a signal for 10 minutes, it'll turn itself off. And that's to save the battery. But when you're in transmit mode, it will continue to operate until the battery goes dead. So obviously, if you're using this to stream your sound from your TV, you're going to want to have it plugged into a USB source. But when I switch the switch from transmit to receive, that will clear out the pairing with the headset and allow me to pair it to another device. So let's go ahead and let's pair it to my test phone. So to pair it, same thing, I turn the unit on, and I'm going to get my phone prepped. So go into Bluetooth, and I'm going to tap the button twice here, which now it's flashing red and blue, and this should show up here. Scan, and there it is. The BR4. I tap on here, and it might ask for a password. It tells you that in the manual too. You can enter like 0000488888 or 1234 if it asks for a password, but it's not in this case. It is now paired to my phone, and you can see it's connected to media audio. So let's play something from the phone and see how that plays over my sound system. So just give me a second to connect it here. When you plug an auxiliary plug into the auxiliary on the front here, it'll also disable the SPDIF output. So you can't have both of them out at the same time. But once I'm paired, if I go into my music player here and I just pick something, as you can hear, the music is playing from that output. Let's just check the other output on here and see whether the auxiliary plugs have a signal on them as well, or is it just the 3.5? Because inquiring minds want to know. Yes, they do. So the auxiliary plug, the two RCA plugs, will function as a line level output, as will the auxiliary plug on the front. So you can plug it in either way. Now when you're plugged in with the analog outputs, the optical output, I believe, is shut off. Let me just plug this back in here again. As you'll see that there's nothing showing up here, but if I unplug the analog outputs, now you'll see that the red light is shining here. If I plug them back in, as soon as I plug them in, the unit knows that I've plugged a cord in one of the others, right? Either the 3.5 or the RCA plugs will shut off the optical output. So maybe keep in mind, it's one or the other. You either use the digital optical output into your receiver, or you use the analog. But both ways, either way, it's going to work, which I think is pretty cool for a little transmitter receiver. And the fact that this can do both is actually not a bad little unit. Let's check it out for range.
So obviously I can't play this for very long here. I got to talk over it so that I don't get nailed with copyright. But I made it all the way across the street and down into the neighbor's yard. I was going a good 50 feet out from this thing. It was quite impressive. Even on the way back here, you see I'm not even in the shot yet, and I'm still in the neighbor's yard as I'm walking back here. And it cut out a little bit there, but now I'm entering back into the shot. Very good range on this unit, much better than I've seen on any of the other ones that I've tried to date.
Well, that was interesting. I've got further with this unit than I think any other Bluetooth unit that I tested. I don't know how good it came across on camera, but not only did I walk all the way across the street into the neighbor's driveway, I also walked 1 yard down. I was a good 50 to 60 feet away. Quite amazed at the quality of this unit here. I know you guys probably want to see how well this thing is built, and so do I. So, in the name of science, let's open this thing up. There we go. Top piece lifts off. Okay, here's the inside of this thing here. And the bottom, does it come off too? Maybe. Because those screws just hold the top on. Okay, that just should lift out from here, I think. Okay, so that's how the board lifts out of this thing. The board itself is screwed down. We have our lithium battery here. Take out a couple more screws. So here's the bottom of the board, because of course there's no components on the top side of the board other than the battery, which it's a 600 milliamp hour, 2.2 watt hour battery, lithium-ion battery. And here's the business end from the bottom of the board. Let's get a close-up of this. All the components appear to be well mounted to this unit, well soldered down. I don't see any real issues with the build quality. Connector is attached and glued in place. Stop it from becoming detached. Here's our USB input for our power to charge up the battery. Everything else appears to be really well laid out on this little board.
And no, it doesn't have a PC audio input. That USB port is strictly for charging the battery.
So the unit going back together. Can go back on the unit now. Put the screws back in it here. Okay, one final test. We'll test it to make sure that it's working still after putting it back together. And there it is. Now paired. And there it is, it's working. So that's it. The Blitzwolf BR4 Bluetooth transmitter and receiver. So that's it. A quick look at the Blitzwolf BR4 Bluetooth transmitter and receiver. A dual function device that will allow you to use your Bluetooth headset with your TV or any other analog or digital input because it's got SPDIF input as well. And it will also allow you to receive signals from your other Bluetooth portable devices, such as your phone, and play them back through your stereo, both using the analog outputs as well as the SPDIF optical output for the best sound quality possible from Bluetooth. And it features the newest standard, which is Bluetooth 5.0. Link to this product is in the description, and we will catch you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.